Cuts in government funding have one organization that helps the homeless in New Haven against the ropes. They are scrambling to raise money, or they could be forced to turn away the women and children they serve. News 8's Renee Schmiel spoke with the director of New Reach. She joins us live from New Haven tonight with more. Renee?
Hey, Darren, it's not yet definite that a shelter will close, and if one does, which one it will be. But we talked with people who work with the homeless, and they say all of those shelters are needed. Homelessness is a problem in New Haven, and organizations like New Reach are working to solve it. Shelters like this one give several families a place to stay, but keeping them going is expensive, and the shelters are full.
We have a wait list right now of over 30 tonight for families looking for units in New Haven for shelter.
New Reach runs 3 emergency shelters that serve women and children. It gets funding from the state of Connecticut, New Haven, and private donations. CEO Kellyanne Day says nearly $130,000 were cut from the city's funding, but they got help. The Department of Housing pitched in.
They're going to be funding us to make up the cut from the city temporarily while we're in a planning process to see what we're going to do.
Now New Reach has to see if they can keep their shelters running, or one could close in the next 2 years. Jesse Hardy has been volunteering as an advocate for the homeless in New Haven for about 5 years. He says those shelters are needed, and he hopes they'll all stay open.
If a shelter closed down, you know what I mean, that would mean that there's going to be more people down here on the green. I mean, it's going to be a really detrimental blow.
Day is hoping the shelters can keep their doors open too, but she says costs keep going up while funding stays the same. And less public funding means more money needs to be raised in private donations. Day hopes that one day they won't need to raise money for shelters.
It'd be really nice to close a shelter if we didn't need the shelter. So once we solve family homelessness, it'd be great to close the shelter.
New Reach has a fundraiser planned for next week, and they're hoping to raise about $500,000 to keep those shelters open. Live in New Haven, Renee Schmiel, News 8.